Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about 3 ways to activate your feminine energy. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. This is a question I get a lot. How do I embody my feminine energy, right? And how do I do it in a way that doesn't conflict with me having a voice and honoring my personal drive and my personal goals in this life, right? Because sometimes we have this impression that we're just supposed to be this passive doormat when we think of the feminine. And so I hope in this video to give you some ways to activate this within yourself. So really you approach life from a more balanced nervous system and from a more nuanced point of view where you realize what's worth your time and what isn't, and what maybe your definition of strength was in the past and maybe where you're being asked to change it moving forward. So let's dive into this. Number 1, going into your feminine energy means you're very acutely aware of what's going inside. So you're not looking out for safety. You're not looking to him to feel safe, to feel loved, to be reassured, to feel beautiful. Yes, these are all beautiful things that we desire from our partner. But if we depend upon them to feel okay within this world, they will feel smothered. And they will resent the fact that you are not able to give yourself the very things that you're actually demanding from them. And so the practice of activating your feminine energy has a lot to do with turning inward. So instead of thinking on the date, does he like me? Does he think I'm pretty? Does he think I'm funny? Does he think I'm smart? Instead of doing that, you're turning in and you're asking yourself, what do I think of him? What do I think of him on this date? How am I feeling about myself inside? How self-aware am I in this moment? What's going on within me? And we make sure not to self-abandon when nervousness or uncertainty is at a higher level than just our average day. So it's really important that we get that focus in on ourselves. I noticed this actually the other day with Will. I was kind of heady about something and I was kind of like looking out, and then I caught it and I just completely turned in. And within minutes, he was asking me like what I was doing and if I wanted to go for a walk that night. And it just completely shifted, right? No words required. So often we think there's all these things we need to talk about, but in reality, it can just be a subtle adjustment inside that can change the energy and the mood of a room so quickly, right? Number 2, I touched on this a little bit in 1, but the question becomes, are we forgetting ourselves? I've shared this example within my groups before, but I was with my boys in a martial arts class, and there's some teenage girls in it, probably around 13, and a boy came in that was really handsome. And the one little girl just was like, oh my gosh, like she was mesmerized, right? And she totally lost herself in the interaction. She was like, pick me, pick me. She was doing anything to get his attention. And it was so visible to me to watch this young girl, to see all the ways she was forgetting herself. She was not remembering that she's a person. She has something to bring to the table. She can hold space. It's not all about what another thinks of us, but it's like the way we hold that space within ourselves and the way we are certain to not self-abandon because someone seems impressive, attractive, or successful. And so we just throw ourselves under the bus subconsciously and no longer really know where we are within that time and space. And so this is a true practice, and one that I wish was taught like at a much younger age, because I know so many of us are, get older and we realize, oh wait, like I'm doing all these things that don't feel right and that don't line up with me. How do I go back and learn some healthier patterns? And how do I really learn to be confident and hold myself at a high value? Number 3, deepen your inner safety. And what I mean by inner safety is do things that create certainty in your life. Have practices in place that you can count on, that nourish you, that support you, that make you feel like the best version of yourself, right? So when we're looking for safety outside, the question becomes, what am I not giving myself on the inside? And it really becomes a conversation like, how do I take care of this 9-year-old inside of me. I recognize in my own life that there's so many times where I cared so much about what everybody else thought. And then as I got older and I woke up more in my own practices, I realized it's really between me and her. I want to do things that blow that little girl inside of me away, and I want to tune out everybody else. And how do I hold that space for myself? And so in order to do this, it requires a lot of inner safety and to just quiet the noise of what other people think or trying to control their perceptions of us, and to just let go and recognize that when you channel your energy in this way, the people that are meant for you will be, and those that aren't will drop off. And yes, that can be painful, but it's also a gift. And so can we hold space for all of it? And so this is what I invite you to practice to really activate and deepen in your feminine energy. Please let me know what you think of these ideas and how they may support what you're working on in your own life right now. I do have several programs that support this concept. Channeling Your Feminine Wisdom is one of them. I will add a link to this digital offering below, and if it speaks to you, you can check it out there, and I'll see you all next week. Much love.